Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Deepak Janakiraman. In this video, we will discuss about the concept called time capsule. Thanks to our archaeologists and historians, because of them, we are aware about our ancestors and past. Time capsule is a deliberate attempt to leave our prints to future generations. Time capsule helps us to create that communication link with people of hundreds of years in future. Magic box. It is. Sounds interesting, isn't it? Let's check out the details. Basically, time capsule is a box made of wood or any other metal holding historical records or objects and buried deep down somewhere. It represents current world or culture that is deposited and to be discovered in the future. So, who created the first official time capsule? It was the Crypt civilization in 1936 at Oglethorpe University, claimed to be the first modern time capsule masters. One of their professor wants to record and safeguard the history of this world between 4241 BC to 1936. It took him 4 years to create this time capsule. He made this time capsule using documents, paintings, and photographs and buried the capsule successfully in 1940. This was originally intended to be opened after 6,000 years. The term time capsule was coined by George Edward Penry. The Samuel Adams and Paul Revere time capsule located in a cornerstone of the Massachusetts State House in US. It is believed to be buried in 1795, the oldest known in the USA as well as in the world. The register of the International Time Capsule Society estimates that there are roughly 10,000 to 15,000 time capsules are currently exist worldwide. An active list of time capsules is recorded and maintained by the Not Forgotten Digital Preservation Library. Now let's see about some of the world's famous and known time capsules. In 1957, a MIT professor created a time capsule. This had lot of lab equipments and originally intended to be opened in 2957. However, this was found and opened in 2015. Jules Verne, a renowned French novelist, made his own time capsule. To found this time capsule, clues were given in his tomb. When it was identified and opened, it had a telescope, a ring, and some documents, and also it had a key belonging to something unknown. In 1957, a Belvedere model car itself was made as a time capsule and buried in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The intention behind this time capsule is to understand the population growth and changes going to happen in Tulsa till 2007, 50 years of time frame. However, this was totally forgotten. During digging lands for construction purpose, this car was found. It was intact from the outer layer, however, completely ruined due to underground water flow. General Dynamics Astronautics in USA made a time capsule called GDTC in 1963. This time capsule had a document of 50 pages about astronomical predictions into 200 prints. They buried this inside the company wall and forgotten. This capsule was originally intended to be opened in 2063, but in 1980, for reconstruction purpose, when the walls were demolished, this capsule was damaged. Founders of this capsule were surprised and stunned by the predictions because most of them were true and already happened. Helium Centennial time columns. This time capsule was created to earmark the 100 years of helium invention in 1968. This was built and installed in Texas. This is a four-column structure. The first column explains about natural resource, which has to be opened after 25 years. Second column denotes factory using natural resources. This has to be opened after 50 years. Third column talks about science development and advancement. This is intended to be open after 100 years. Fourth column explains about how natural resources are used and enhanced use technology. This has to be opened after 1000 years. This time capsule was intended to expose how the world and life was in 1968 to future generations. This also has a $10 savings account passbook which has a 4% of interest on annual basis. Approximately the passbook's value after 100 years will be roughly 68 lakhs crores. In 1993, the first column was opened After 25 years, it kept. Nebraska Time Capsule. This is the biggest time capsule in the world. This was made in 1975 by Harold Keith Davidson from USA. This was weighing around 45 tons because it even had a car in it. Originally intended to be opened in 2025, due to the agitation from Russia, Davidson made one more pyramid shape of capsule and listed as the world's largest capsule in Guinness World of Records. Tech wizard and founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, bought his own time capsule in 1983, post his idea of iPad. It was a 13-foot long capsule. It had 6 packs of beers, album of Moody Blues, and the ever first copy of Apple Mouse. This was originally intended to be unearthed in 2000, but nobody could identify its location. At last, this was located in 2013. Surprisingly, the mouse survived. It was in pristine condition. Now let us see some of India's notable time capsule updates. To celebrate India's 25 years of independence, our late Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi made a time capsule called Kalpatra. It was buried in 1972 outside one of the gates of Red Fort. It had objects and documents glorifying our culture and India's freedom struggle. This Kalpatra was originally intended to be unearthed after 1,000 years, but in 1977, the next Janata government, as per their electoral promise, unearthed the Kalpatra, but the contents were never made public. Later, the government announced that all those objects and documents were lost. A time capsule was buried near the auditorium of IIT Kanpur. In 2010, marking 50 years of Gujarat, a time capsule was buried under the leadership of then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Narendra Modi. It was intended to be unearthed after 1,000 years. On 26 January 2021, a 1.5-ton weight time capsule containing objects and documents having history of Aligarh Muslim University. It was buried 30 feet down in the park opposite Victoria Gate to mark the university's centenary year. Under the flag holding of our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, a time capsule was buried in the premises of Lovely Professional University, Jalandhar, Punjab, on 4th January 2019. They made a 8 into 8 box made of aluminium and wood with a glass door, buried 10 feet down. This time capsule was inclusive of a landline phone, a smartphone, VCR, stereo player, stopwatch, hard disk, a mouse, laptop, motherboard, camera, microscope, and science textbooks. This was originally intended to be buried for 1,000 years. The place where it was buried was earmarked and cemented. Apart from nations and organizations, even individuals can also create their own time capsules. There are many who do that so that their next generations and their grandchildren will have a clue about their lifestyle. The time frame will be 30 to 60 years. So, friends, I believe this video would have been interesting and useful for each and every one of you. I will meet you all soon with my other feeds. If you really like this video, please do subscribe to my channel and support. Thank you all. Take care and bye.